When the Minnesota Vikings drafted center Garrett Bradbury at number 18 overall in 2019, coming out of NC State, I was pretty fired up because the offensive line, interior offensive line especially, had been a major issue. Plop Bradbury in, become the next Matt Burke / John Sullivan, and then he's going to be the man at the pivot for the next 10 to 15 years. The Grim Reacher, perfect for the Minnesota Movement Company's outside zone scheme. But the major drawback was, hey, he needs to add mass and size and be able to hold up against man-sized nose tackles in one-on-one spots. So with that, it's okay. You have an NFL-level strength program and nutrition program. Strength is the easiest thing to add in the National Football League, and you'll be fine. You'll be absolutely fine. Well, year 3 was make or break for Bradbury, and week 1, not so great. Not so great. Against the Bengals, he allowed 4 pressures, a sack, was called for 2 penalties, and his 27.4 PFF pass blocking grade was 5th worst in the league amongst qualifying centers pending Monday Night Football. And his struggles were against DJ Reader of the Bengals, who is a fine player, don't get me wrong, but he's not Kenny Clark, who has to play twice a year. He's not Akeem Hicks, who Bradbury has to play twice a year. He's not Linval or Michael Pierce. He ain't none of those guys, right? So what's going to happen when an elite level all-pro or Pro Bowl nose tackle lines up across from Garrett Bradbury this year? I don't know. Like, I love 56's leadership and his movement skills. He's sublime getting second level and getting out on screens. It's great seeing him downfield leading the way for Dalvin. But the most basic aspect of his job, can you hold your ground in one-on-one spots against nose tackles? It's lacking, and it's been lacking, and I don't necessarily see it improving magically during the season. So the question is, what can the Vikings do? I doubt that they would trade for anyone or go free agent at this stage of the season. Also, they have Mason Cole on the roster, who they traded for in the offseason, who has been a starter in this league, was the Cardinals starting center last year before they got Rodney Hudson. He gets a chance for revenge this week if he's actually active. And then they did flirt with Wyatt Davis at center at the beginning of training camp, and I think that could actually have some legs long term if Ezra and Ole actually are going to be the guards of the future. But maybe the Bengals game will light a fire under Bradbury, just like it will hopefully do for the rest of the team. Big time wake up calls like, hey, I have to get my ish together. Otherwise, it's not a guarantee that I'm going to be a starter next season or, hell, even parts of this season, because no one is above getting the hook. And if Bradbury is consistently just that dude on the inside where we have a problem with this offensive line, Bradbury is getting pushed 2, 3, 4 yards into the backfield straight up into Kirk Cousins, facing that quick interior pressure, they got to make a change. And I do think that new offensive line coach Phil Rauscher is a guy who will have a quicker hook than Mike Zimmer, then Dennison, etc. So 56, man, Grim Reacher, got to step it up. Like, everyone on this team has to get things together. It just suddenly got a lot more difficult because they dropped a deuce in Cincinnati. So get it, man. That's right. Be your thoughts. We need to talk about Garrett Bradbury. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Most support that work. Pull a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skull Production Value.